What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Slow World TV, y'all. I know y'all like, damn, cuz always coughing. I know. I'm sorry, y'all. I be smoking that pressure, man. But anyway, I'm back. I ain't even gonna say this like a reaction because it's really just like, bro, I need y'all opinion, like, cause me, I've been like for a long time, like I've been on a spiritual journey for like probably like the past 5 years. And I got to the point where I just was like I was like I'm African spirituality type. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was rocking with. But it's like I started stumbling onto this, and I realized, like, through understand. I ain't gonna say understanding because I'm still trying to figure it out. Like I don't know nothing about it for real. It's awakening. It's like it feel like an awakening within me a little bit. You feel me? Like um this, like I said, I ain't in no box with the type of videos I be doing, y'all. I'm just saying. Um and it's this more stuff, like this more stuff. It's like, bro, this shit makes a lot of sense. Like it really gives us some understanding of who we are and when we don't even know. And I realized that if you get to the point where you on a spiritual journey and you like me, you get to like African spirituality, that's where most people tend to stop. What was before them? Like, we got to keep going. And if you got to African spirituality, then you're on the path, but you're not complete. You haven't complete the path, or as some would say, you haven't gone deep enough into the rabbit hole. So, with that being said, like I just want y'all opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Got my main lady with me today. Shout out my Dukes. You know what I'm saying? That's all. She always my number one supporter. She still is. You feel me? Rest in peace, mom. I love you. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm bringing it to the internet. I want to see, man, like what y'all feel. Like y'all like this shit crazy, or is it like, I ain't gonna lie, this shit makes hella sense. Like, and the crazy thing is like actual, like you can literally legally legalize, like, if this shit wasn't real, how is it's, I don't know. But check out this. Just watch this, y'all. We about to get to this. This shit dope. Like I ain't gonna stunt. Like this shit different.
Stolen from Moorish culture. This is known as the fez. The Moors wear this hat to represent wisdom and knowledge.
Cam Newton. I never even knew that. Do you know when Cam Newton did the dab? Oh my god, that is a more thing. You feel me? I don't know. I'm gonna just let y'all watch this, but I ain't gonna lie. This nigga just I fuck with that nigga in a whole different way now. You feel me?
Knowledge. The fez is meaning 360 degrees of knowledge. The graduation hat has 4 points representing the square, no knowledge. But it's also reading the fez. 360 degrees. 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90 is 360. This is knowledge. This is worn by an unknowledgeable, educated person. These are Moorish temples. Look at this beautiful architecture. These buildings look familiar? This is stolen architecture. It's a direct replica of a Moorish temple. In case you didn't know, the land you're standing on right now is Africa. The Moors are the aboriginal and indigenous inhabitants of North, Central, South America, Mexico, and Canada.
This is what I mean. Like, what the fuck? Like, how? Like, who knew this? Did y'all know this? Because I ain't know this. How, dude look younger than me and he know this. Shout out to him.
And all the islands that surround it. In the Pangea days, North America was Northwest Africa. Please know your history, because you are not black. You are a Moorish child. Peace and love, like for part 2. Things that
Bro, that shit's so motherfucking fire on God. Like that look, that young dude. I want to see the part 2, but I want y'all to this one too. It's Kanye. Kanye talking about it, and y'all be Kanye crazy. Kanye don't know what the fuck he talking about. Kanye be tripping. Kanye this, Kanye that. Nah, nigga, Kanye know some shit we don't know, man. Check this out, y'all.
They called her race of people the Moors, and the Moors are and I just saw it again. I was just like, yo, if you erase our history, like most black people, we don't know where we come. We think we came from slaves. We don't know our bloodline.
The two civilizations or the two cultures that are most often obfuscated, obscured, corrupted by Western academics are Egypt and the Moors, for essentially the same reason. White, quote-unquote, supremacist views said we can't allow these people who we know are distinctly African, that we would misname black or Negro. We can't recognize that these are the people that were our tutors.
Maleficent.
And when he said at the end, he was like that they were our tutors. I'm gonna just play it again at the end so y'all can hear what he said.
Would misname black or Negro. We can't recognize that these are the people that were our tutors.
Now, hold that part in your head real quick, and then
Romans that
the Moors, how they brought the cave beasts of Europe out of the Dark Ages into the light. Look it up. Prior to an army from the 20th dynasty of Egypt led by General Tarka entered Spain in 700 BC to bring the Spaniards civilization. Look it up. Then came the Moors, from the Greek term Moors, which equals dark people because it distinguished dark-skinned Africans from the Europeans. Look it up. Then the Moors went into Spain and northern Europe, bringing the Europeans out of the Dark Ages, reigning over there for over 700 years. Look it up. Northern Africa used to be dark-skinned, and as we see today, they're trying to rewrite history as if no dark-skinned people existed there. The fact of the matter is, it's estimated that about 25,000 Europeans were brought over into northern Africa as slaves by the Moors. Look it up. The Moors taught the Europeans.
wow. Oh, they getting revenge. Just that get back. Oh, god damn, that's crazy.
Europeans hygiene, how to cook food, how to bathe, how to build homes, and much more. There's a famous picture of 3 black generals surrendering to King Ferdinand and Isabella.
That's why white people hate black people, bruh. They took their history. How the fuck did they dominate us? To the point where if we were dominating them centuries ago, how they dominating us today, how did they take us over to get what they are? And if this is the case, then I get why they are so fucking mad. Oh my God. Bro, this shit kind of like oh my God. And they don't want us to know how we used to have them. Because if we know it, but how did they get us to the point where we don't even know what we used? Like, how did they get that fucking power? Because when we captured them, why the fuck they didn't? When we did that to them, why they didn't? Like, why they didn't forget where they were? The motherfucker with I don't know, like what the fuck. See, this is the type of shit. Once you start asking yourself questions, and then you start to figuring out that question, and you just get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the this how it go, man.
1492. Look it up.
The Romans that began to call the black people in Africa. Remember that day we didn't speak English. So if you don't speak English, you're not going to call yourself black. Right? So if you don't speak
I don't know.
Things that
Y'all must be here for some more history shit.
Yeah, let me know something, cuz.
You heard the one about when black people.
I wanna hear. Tell me something. I'm using the term African and Africa to create context. Africa was named that by other people. What?
People took over Europe in the middle of the Dark Ages, saving white people, giving them a better way of living, only for white people to get jealous and chase black people back into West Africa. Y'all heard that one? Don't worry, I got y'all. Stay late.
Damn, I just asked that question. Like, how did they even? And boom, look, this nigga finna tell me. Let's run that back.
Y'all must be here for some more history shit. Say less. Heard the one about when black people took over Europe in the middle of the Dark Ages, saving white people, giving them a better way of living, only for white people to get jealous and chase black people back into West Africa. Y'all heard that one? Don't worry, I got y'all. Stay late. To fully understand the Moors, you must understand who this man is. The misconception in 2022 is that Moors or being Moorish is some type of religious thing. It was only a coincidence that they were all Muslim, because the term was given to them not by themselves but by onlookers, people that seen them, describing their skin color. Moor simply means black skin, literally. This is a poet's description of the Moors as they took over Spain. The reins of their horses were as fire.
I seen something where a white dude says something like, black people aren't black people, that black people, if I'm mistaken, it was in my first video about this part 2, but in the video part 1, which on that video I'm gonna do a part 2.1. That one gonna have a part 2, but I don't know how I'm gonna title this one or whatever, but that one gonna be a part 2. I'm gonna do a part 2 to that video. But in that video, it said the guy said something like, race, black is not a race, white is not a race. It's not a culture or none of that. It's just the color. That is also a label. White means superior. Black is at the lowest. So when you say you black, you're unconsciously telling people that you're at the lowest of the society. So by definition, instead of using the word black, by definition, why wouldn't you say you were Moor?
Their faces black as pitch, their eyes shone like burning candles, horses were swift as leopards. They went through that bitch whooping their ass easily. So in history, when they mention the Moors, they are speaking of some specific black-skinned people. This is Tariq bin Abdullah, a leader of an army of 7,000, 6,700 black-skinned people, and 300 people that look like this. This would be the North African Arab. Men and women, because the women were warriors too. Yeah, the oppression goes super deep. The Moors was taking over Europe during the Dark Ages. This is where society was at a standstill. There was no innovation. They didn't even have bathrooms. They were literally just dumping human waste in the middle of town. That's why there were so many diseases in Europe. The Moors introduced bathrooms. Like, y'all can flush this shit, you know what I mean? Everywhere the Moors went, life got better. Because they was living bad, bro. So imagine Georgia, right, for people that live in Georgia, and then a whole bunch of different Atlantas start popping up in Georgia, where it's all black-skinned people running those Atlantas. White people get jealous. People create the gun, the fire stick, show the white man how to use it. The white man mass produces the fire stick and runs all the Moors out of Europe. When the Moors get back to Africa, they realize that Africa is in the middle of a big-ass human trafficking scheme that's going worldwide. It's called slave trade. But Africans have no sense of race yet. They don't understand.
Oh, we got to go. We got to go find part 2, y'all. We got to go find part 2 on this nigga page. Oh God, I don't know who Cuz is, but yeah, I need that part 2. I don't know. Y'all dive in with me, man. Proper thing, like, you hear me? Some knowledge and some understanding, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. How the fuck you gonna find part 2? Shit. I think we found it.
Historians, they had to admit to it. Like, it happened. It happened. It was a real thing. It's not made up. What the young folks say, no cap. No cap. The Moors slowly was taking over Europe. They were.
So y'all see them crests? Like, those are crests, family crests. But guess what? They black. They black. They black. They black. White people stole that.
It was a real thing.
Everything that was ours, they stole, even in Europe.
It's not made up. What the young folks say, no cap. No cap. The Moors slowly was taking over Europe. They were kings, queens, monarchs. And it's proof of it, it's paintings of it, it's statues. As a mixed person, clearly. That was a thing too, that like white people felt like they were becoming extinct because the Moors were doing this. They were having sex with the women and producing more lighter skinned Moors. For 700 years, that say black Moors dominated and ruled Spain, southern France, and much of Scotland, southwest Europe. Yeah, man, the Renaissance whitewashed everything. Whether it say the original knights of England were black, including those of King Arthur's Round Table, Maurice the Moor. Look at that, black Vikings, Moorish Vikings. If you think of Viking, you immediately think of a white person.
Right.
The Renaissance whitewashed everything. Out of jealousy, that's the only thing that makes sense. Like, you're just jealous. But they showed you nothing but love. Yeah, you were enslaved. You were, but everybody was getting enslaved back then. If you become slavery of war, you get captured in war. You're an indentured servant. It was just becoming too many. They said up to 1.2 million white slaves. Ooh, let's get to the nitty gritty. The Moors had returned to North and West Africa. Many of them would later be captured and sold into slavery through to America and the Caribbean islands. Many of these slaves were multilingual and well-educated, cultured scholars, meaning they spoke English too. Ooh, it's black people selling black people in slave trade. Absolutely. Because black didn't exist to African. They didn't look at slaves as, oh, that's my equal. No, he was a fucking slave. It's disgusting. He's below me. You want to give me gold for this piece of shit? You can have him. They're not knowing that they're in a war due to the Moors. Now it's war upon just dark-skinned people in general. They got smoke with anybody that got dark skin. We on your ass. But I gotta start part 2.
Cuz, what the fuck?
I gotta. Yes. If you came here because you watched my.
Shout out to this nigga, man. Y'all please go subscribe to his go follow him on TikTok, y'all. Cause I'm using all this nigga content. Damn.
My last video, the answer is yes. African did sell Africans into slavery. But once again, I will say that it's not because they didn't care about their own people, I guess, because it wasn't just, they didn't have just African slaves. They had Arab slaves, they had German slaves, they had every Greek slaves. Like, it was all kind of slaves. You become slave in war. You become slave in war. And that's just the world. That's how the world was back then. The Anglo-Saxon man introduced this ideology of race. Like, don't take my word for it. Like, one thing that many Westerners wonder about African and slavery is why were they willing to sell their own people? Why would they sell Africans to Europeans? The simple answer to this question is that they did not see enslaved people as their own people. Blackness as an identity or marker or difference was at the time a preoccupation of the European. It was only in the mind of the Europeans. Slavery went from anybody, any race, any color, any pigmentation could be a slave. It went from that.
ABG, nigga. Anybody can get it.
To only black people were slaves. Like, American history books have taught us that just you're a slave, your ancestors are slaves. Like, no, our ancestry goes way deeper than slavery. Way deeper than slavery. On both ends of the spectrum, the people that was already on Turtle Island, the people that was already in the Americas, they had their civilizations too, just like Africa had their civilizations, thriving civilization, while Europe was dying. Europe was literally dying. And keep in mind, economy been a real thing for a long time. Some African countries had no choice. That was the only way they could keep their families afloat. It's the only way they can keep their civilization running. And then a lot of them were scared. Shit, if we don't sell our people, they're gonna come in here and enslave us. This is facts. I know it's facts because this is said on both sides of the history books. This didn't get whitewashed. The thing is that all those African slaves did not come to America. They didn't. Remember what I said? When they shipped off the Moors, they shipped off a lot of scientists, scholars, warriors, intelligent. Those were the people that were starting the revolutions and the rebellion, building armies from the ground up and taking on the state army. History is telling us it's a never-ending cycle. Yes.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't gonna stunt. That shit is wild, cuz. You see, I got to stop getting high, man, on this motherfucker, man. Be motherfucking talking to y'all and end up scrolling and stumbling on to shit that just, bro. I'm telling you, ain't nothing wrong with some knowledge, man. I like that from time to time. I like dibbling in mentally in different spaces to try to understand and get more knowledge about things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Learning different stuff, trying new things. you know, to always stay focused and stay busy. But shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for watching this video, man. I'm gonna get back with y'all on the next run. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. 100.
Price to rock this ice, Tell me what you niggas know about sacrifice.